Early life and background. David's birth name is David Anthony Burke, born March 28, 2005 in Queens, New York. His family later relocated to Houston, Texas, which became his formative environment. Until about age 13, he listened almost exclusively to gospel music. His early musical exposure was mainly through church and religious settings. He was homeschooled after 7th grade, a key turning point. He was doing gaming YouTube videos, notably using the game Fortnite, and encountered copyright issues when using others' music. At his mother's suggestion, he began making his own music. That DIY genesis is important. A young gamer turned artist using whatever tools he had, including free or minimal cost production tools, to craft original songs. So, the roots are fairly modest, with strong influences of faith, gaming culture, and independent self-production. Musical style and influences. David is known for blending alternative indie R&B pop and lo-fi textures, not confined to a single genre. He's referenced influences ranging from church/gospel roots to hearing a song like Gucci Gang by Lil Pump and discovering new genres via that gateway. In interviews, he has spoken about the value of authenticity, just be you, and evolving from telling other people's experiences toward his own. His lyric themes often focus on emotional isolation, yearning, heartbreak, melancholy, filtered through youthful perspective and dreamy production. His debut album, See Below, is described as exploring emotional isolation and personal evolution. The combination, gamer DIY background, church or gospel foundation, mixing alt-indie aesthetics with R&B pop sensibilities, that's what helps him stand out. Career beginnings and breakout, 2021 to 2022. He began releasing songs around 2021, initially uploading to platforms like SoundCloud. The major breakout came in 2022 with the singles. Romantic Homicide, released mid-2022, this track went viral on TikTok and charted. Here With Me, also released in 2022, also gained traction via TikTok and streaming. Because of that success, he signed to major labels Darkroom and Interscope Records in September 2022. At this stage, the narrative is, indie gamer kid creates music for fun, uploads tracks, 1 or 2 go viral, gets label deal, wider audience. EPs in growth, 2023 to 2024. In 2023, released his debut EP Petals to Thorns, May 26th. Later in 2023, another EP, The Lost Petals, September. Also in this period, he began performing live and gaining more exposure, for example opening for established artists. In 2024, released standalone singles and contributed to soundtracks, e.g. A for the TV series Arcane. This period is his development phase, moving beyond viral single to building body of work, touring, building fanbase, refining his sound. Current status and controversy. As of late 2025, his career is under major scrutiny due to a serious incident. A decomposed human body was found in a Tesla registered to his name in Los Angeles. The body was identified as that of Celeste Rivas-Hernandez, a teenage girl missing since April 2024. The investigation is ongoing. No criminal charges had been publicly filed at time of the latest reporting. As a consequence, tours canceled, planned deluxe editions shelved, brand partnerships dropped or paused. It remains unclear how this will impact his future career trajectory. Why he matters and what distinguishes him D4vd is emblematic of the Gen Z internet-born artist. He rose via streaming and TikTok rather than traditional radio or big label push. His backstory, gamer, producing music DIY, viral hit, resonates with many young listeners. His sound is genre blending. He doesn't neatly fit into just R&B or pop or indie. That flexibility helps him stand out. Also, his lyrics often reflect youthful emotional struggle, yet with a sonic maturity that gives depth. He has shown rapid progression, viral single, EPs, album, major tours. That arc is notable for someone born in 2005, very young for this scale of achievement. However, his current situation is a stark reminder how quickly things can shift in the public eye. The controversy poses real questions about the next phase of his career. Who was Celeste Rivas-Hernandez? Celeste was a 15-year-old girl from Lake Elsinore, California, Riverside County. She'd been reported missing multiple times in 2024, with her last known contact with family in spring 2024. So by the time her body was found in 2025, she had already been the subject of ongoing missing person concerns. Where and how her remains were found. 1. The abandoned Tesla. The car was a Tesla registered to singer D4vd, David Anthony Burke. It was left parked in the Hollywood Hills, in an upscale Bird Streets area above Sunset Boulevard, for weeks. Neighbors eventually complained, and the car was ticketed and then towed. The tow yard discovery, September 8, 2025. Around September 5th, the Tesla was towed from the street to a tow yard in Hollywood, near Mansfield Avenue and Romaine Street. On September 8, 2025, employees at the tow yard noticed a strong, foul odor coming from the impounded Tesla and called authorities. When LAPD officers investigated and opened the front trunk of the car, they found human remains inside a bag wrapping. Multiple outlets describe the body as severely decomposed, and several report that the remains were also dismembered. So the body was not discovered on the street. It was found days after the car had already been towed to a Hollywood tow yard, only once the smell became strong enough for workers to call police. Condition and identification. The remains were badly decomposed and believed to have been in the car for several weeks before discovery. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner identified the victim as Celeste Rivas-Hernandez, age 15, using forensic methods and distinctive identifiers, tattoos, clothing, etc. Her cause and manner of death are still officially undetermined, deferred, meaning they have not yet concluded how she died, homicide, overdose, etc., or exactly what killed her. Timeline in simple form. April 2024. Celeste is reported missing from Lake Elsinore. There are multiple missing person reports across 2024. Late August, early September 2025. Tesla registered to David sits parked in Hollywood Hills, gets a parking ticket around Sept 3 and is towed around Sept 5. September 8, 2025. Tow yard employees in Hollywood report a foul odor coming from the Tesla. LAPD responds, opens the trunk or front trunk, and finds decomposed, dismembered remains inside a bag or wrapping. Mid-September 2025, medical examiner confirms the body is Celeste Rivas-Hernandez. LAPD Robbery Homicide Division takes over the case. They treat it as a homicide investigation, at least in terms of the concealment of a body. September 2025 onward, police execute a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home associated with D4vd management, near where the car had been parked. Celeste's family holds a vigil in Lake Elsinore and later a funeral in October. Current status of the investigation, as of late November 2025. The Tesla is registered to D4vd, and that's why his name is tied so directly to the case. Over time, media and law enforcement statements have shifted from no indication he's implicated to, he is now considered and named a suspect in the death investigation, according to LAPD sources and recent reports. However, he has not been charged with a crime in connection with her death yet. Police have not published a full narrative explaining how, when, or where she died, or who put her in the car. Investigators have searched at least one Hollywood Hills rental property connected to him or his team, seized items like computers and other potential evidence, continued to interview family, neighbors, and potential witnesses in both Lake Elsinore and Los Angeles. A private investigator hired by the owner of the Hollywood Hills house has publicly claimed he believes it's very clear who moved the Tesla before it was towed. But that's an opinion. LAPD has not released that detail officially. What's still unknown? From public reporting, key unanswered questions include where and how Celeste actually died. Autopsy and toxicology are still pending or not publicly released. Her death certificate lists cause and manner as deferred. Who placed her body in the Tesla and when? We only know LAPD believes the body had been in the car for weeks before Sept 8. The exact nature of any relationship between Celeste and D4vd. Her mother has said Celeste had a boyfriend named David, and reports note that Celeste and the singer both have matching finger tattoos, but investigators haven't publicly confirmed what that means for the case. So right now, what's clear is where and how she was found in the front trunk of his impounded Tesla at a Hollywood tow yard, badly decomposed after a foul smell alert, but not exactly what happened to her in the period between her disappearance and that discovery. The next chapter for David hinges on how the investigation resolves, Public perception, legal outcomes, brand associations all matter. Artistically, he has shown the willingness to mature, both lyrically and sonically. If he continues that trajectory, he could move into more sustained mainstream staying power rather than just viral status. His age, he's very young, means he has time to evolve, refocus, and potentially rebuild, if he chooses that path and external circumstances allow. It will be interesting to see whether his next work delves deeper into personal themes, perhaps addressing his rapid rise, the cost of fame, and the complexity of his experience.